car dives for cover, and it looks like we are just about set to go. I'm Ross Dowd alongside. We have our old buddy Kyle Rickey and Derek Persiglio. Green flag is out. We are underway, and round number one heads for turn number one. Side by side they go as they battle into turns 1 and 2. First 4 cars remain glued together, making the first 5 as Larry Barnett puts the 73 down to the inside, takes a peek underneath Rich Howe. Can't make the move that time. It looks like a high-speed pace lap off of turn number 4, and now we've got a leader that emerges. It's Mark DaCosta in car number 29. Running second is Brian Buckless in car number 80. Down on the inside, here comes Howe, trying to battle back with that white number 4 car. Howe puts the hammer down and makes the move. He puts that car into the second spot as Larry Barnett once again makes his presence felt on the backstretch in that yellow and red number 73. Buckless gets a little bit high with car number 80. When he does, it leaves the door wide open. A couple of cars zipped down underneath, including the number 30 of Kevin Bowe. Kevin comes right in there to challenge Brian Buckless for position number 5 on the racetrack. Meanwhile, out in front, Mark DaCosta has opened up a commanding lead. He has about a 10-car length advantage over the second place car, which is now Larry Barnett. Old Leadfoot Larry moving all the way up into the second starting spot after starting 7th on the grid. 3 laps posted up on the NASCAR Weekly Racing Series scoreboard, but the caution flag is out. You can see that we've got a car, the number 52 car, Henry Boudreau, which has come to a stop at the entrance to pit road between turns 3 and 4. So the first caution of the evening is out tonight, and while we have just a moment, side by side, we're ready for a restart. There's the restart line right between turns 3 and 4. Green flag flies. Here they come down to the starter stand, and Leadfoot Larry Barnett charges to the front with that number 73 automobile. Barnett almost sideways as he exits turn number 2, but manages to hold on and extend his lead as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. That could be short-lived, however. Here comes the 29. DaCosta closes right in on the rear bumper of Barnett, but Larry is able to maintain the advantage as they cross the stripe, and they've reached the halfway point. So we have 4 laps posted up on the scoreboard. 4 down, 4 to go. Larry Barnett is out in front, followed by the 29 of Mark DaCosta, Richard Howe in the 4. Then it is the number 30 car for Kevin Bowe. The WAAF machine, Otto Zabini. You can see he has a problem with that race car. The left rear wheel was hopping as he entered turn number 3. Either a brake or shock absorber problem there, and I'm sure that his crew will address that issue when he gets back into the pit area. Meanwhile, it is Larry Barnett out in front. Laps up on the scoreboard. Larry Barnett continues to set the pace. White flag will fly this time by. 7 down and 1 to go for Leadfoot Larry Barnett. Mark DaCosta, who started on the pole, finds himself running in the second spot. They have pulled away considerably from the third place car, which is the number 4 car for Richard Howe. Off the turn, down to the line, checkered flag will wave, and here comes the winner. The first Thompson Thursday Night Thunder winner is Larry Barnett.
Out of Uncasville, Connecticut, the E&J Enterprise entry and MC Express, number 27 for Scott Cook, and to round out the field, car number 72 for Mike Alfaiero out of New London, Connecticut. That car, sponsor wanted. Pace car pulls in. We're set for the green. Mark Jennison to lead the field around off of turn number 4 down to the stripe. 8 laps the race distance, 6 to qualify. Green flag flies from the starter stand, and we're underway. Kevin White hanging tough on the outside. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Taylor to the inside, battle for that second position. But it is Jennison at the front of the field. Watch out for the number 27 machine for Scott Cook. Cook in the E&J Enterprise and MC Express entry. Down the front stretch into turns number 1 and 2. Side-by-side battle for the 4th position. Off the corner, down the back straightaway. Get together just a bit. Fecto out of shape halfway down the back straightaway. He'll hold on to that 5th spot. Here comes 37 for Kevin Mason. Taking a look to the inside of Carr into 08. Coming around to complete lap number 2 of 8 laps to be run here in this qualifying heat race. Back off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. It's a 2-car breakaway at the front of the field between Jennison and Taylor. Here comes the number 27. Ian White going at it for that 3rd position. Fecto all by himself in the 5th spot. Back off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Cook now gets up alongside. The field will receive the halfway signal this time by. 4 down, 4 to go for race leader Mark Jennison. Here comes Cook up into that 3rd spot. Takes it away from White in the 62 car. Fecto is caught up to that machine. Right now in 5th. Kevin Mason to round out the pack of cars in car number 37. Back off of turn number 4. 3 laps remain in this, the 2nd qualifying event for the Strictly stocks. Down into turns number 1 and 2. Again, Taylor taking a look to the inside of Jennison. '27 cars broken away in that 3rd spot. Right now rides all by himself. White continues in 4th. And the 37 of Kevin Mason. About a car length away of breaking into the top 5. Right now the 57 holding him off for Ken Fecto. Off of turn 2, but at the front of the field, battle for the race lead into turn number 3 as Tim Taylor takes a look to the inside, gets a little out of shape. Up alongside Jennison, and a caution as we have the 08 around over in turn number 2 for Billy Carr. So the first caution of the event. Keep an eye out on the 27. He runs 3rd right now. Green flag waves from the starter stand, and Jennison leads the field back down into turns number 1 and 2. But here comes Taylor to the outside in car number 64. Side by side through 1 and 2. Off the corner, it is Taylor, and here comes the 27 of Cook to the outside of Jennison for the 2nd spot. It'll be the white flag this time by 2nd and 3rd. In a good battle, Kevin White goes way up the track. Car number 62 allowing the 37 to his inside. As the top 3 head back down into turns 1 and 2 for the final time. The 62 out of shape, got together with the 57 for Ken Fecto. That battle for the 5th spot. One final attempt for Jennison to grab the 2nd spot away from the 27 of Scott Cook, but at the finish it'll be the 64 to take down the win. 27 will come home 2nd. So car number 64 to take down the race win for Tim Taylor.
The number 41, that automobile out of Morris, Connecticut, will be driven by Lyle Wolfinger. The 7th spot on the inside will be driven by the number 39 out of Brantford, Connecticut. That's the Wilson Auto International Larry's Automotive Machine for Brian Stone. And on the outside in row number 4 in the 8th position, the number 17 automobile out of Webster, Massachusetts, the Michael Service Station automobile for John Rogers. And riding shotgun on the field, the number 8, that automobile will be driven by Ed Pulio out of West Haven, Connecticut in the Grand Prix Auto. Off the 4th corner, the green flag flies Bill Long gives him the green. We're underway with Cliff Gammon leading the way going down into turn number 1. He's got the 86 of Mike Cavanaugh trailing in the second spot. A good battle between third and fourth. Ryan Stone in the Guilford logging automobile. He's on the bottom with the 0 on the outside for Frank Kid Kaiser. Give the spot to Kaiser as they go down that long back straightaway. Lyle Wolfinger to round out the top 5. Good dive down into turn number 3 for Frank Kid Kaiser. He runs up on the back of the number 86 of Cavanaugh as they make their way up the fourth corner. But coming back on the bottom in the Guilford logging number 39 will be Ryan Stone. Stone and Kaiser side by side as they go down into turn number 1. The third spot being taken away by the number 39 of Ryan Stone. He's got the third spot in hand, and he's got his sights set for Cavanaugh as they go down the back straightaway. Dives down into turn number 3. He's on the bottom of Cavanaugh as they battle for the runner-up spot with your leader, who is out in front by about 4 or 5 car lengths, to number 13 of Cliff Gammon in the Rough Ram Boys Well Drilling automobile. Lyle Wolfinger going to the bottom of Cavanaugh as they go down into turn number 1. He's got the third spot, takes that away. Gomo continues to lead the way with Ryan Stone in second, Lyle Wolfinger third, Cavanaugh fourth. Rounding out your top 5 is Frank Kid Kaiser. Right behind him will be the number 44, Billy McNeil. He had some transmission trouble. He couldn't make it out for the first heat race, so he finds himself in the third one for today. And he goes to the outside of Frank Kid Kaiser, trying to battle his way into the top 5. He uses that outside line, taking the long way around, and makes it work as he comes off the second corner and takes the 5th spot away, with Kaiser on the bottom as they roll through turns 3. Halfway to go. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go, which finds Cliff Gomo leading the LaFran Boys Well Drilling automobile out in front, followed by Ryan Stone of Guilford logging number 39. Then it's Lyle Wolfinger. A good couple weeks for Lyle Wolfinger, running very, very strong here at the Thompson Speedway. He now runs in third, and he's got his sights set on Ryan Stone, who sits in the runner-up spot. But about 10 to 12 car lengths behind him, there's a good battle shaping up for the 4th and 5th spot between Cavanaugh and Frank Kid Kaiser. The leaders come off the 4th corner with Stone looking to the bottom of Gomo, but he does not make the pass. Gomo continues to lead. Ryan Stone in second. Third is Lyle Wolfinger. 4th is Billy McNeil. 5th is Frank Kid Kaiser. 6th is Cavanaugh in the number 86. Right behind them is the number 95 of Adam Smith. And then it's Ed Puglia with the 2-lap signal coming out. 2 more laps to go. The popsicle sticks being held high from your starter Bill Long as the leaders head off the 4th corner. And there goes Ryan Stone to the bottom of Cliff Gomo as they head down into turn number 1. A good battle for lead. Little tire smoke from Lyle Wolfinger, mixing it up a little bit. It's a 3-car battle at the front of the pack. Gomo slams the door on Ryan Stone. He holds the lead as they go down the back straightaway. And Lyle Wolfinger looks to go underneath Ryan Stone as they go down into turn number 3. They're side by side as they go through turns 3 and 4 with the white flag out and 1 more lap to go. That finds Cliff Gomo leading the way. Here comes Ryan Stone battling back hard on the outside as they head down into turn number 1. Wolfinger on the bottom, Stone on the top. They're side by side going through turns 1 and 2. And still, Ryan Stone holds it by just a narrow margin. They go down once again into the 3rd corner. With this time by, the checker flag will be flying, and the battle right now is for the 2nd and 3rd spots. Wolfinger gets a little bit sideways. They come off the 4th corner, and taking down the win will be the number 13 of Cliff Gomo. Ryan Stone comes in 2nd in the number 39. The 4th is Lyle Wolfinger. 4th is the automobile of Bill McNeil, and rounding out the top 5 is the 0 Frank Kid Kaiser. So there you have it. That is the 3rd and final qualifying round for the strictly stock division. We're going to turn it back over to Russ Dowd.
Massachusetts. In the Leominster Lincoln Mercury, car number 48, Rusty Bryant, and alongside of him, car number 4, the driver from North Dayton, Mass. Costa Insurance Agency brings us Bobby Littlefoot. So there is the starting lineup for our first qualifying round for the Pro Stock automobiles. 10 laps is the distance for them. Here they come off the turn, down to the line, and the green flag is out with a side-by-side duel into turn number 1. It is the 06 that emerges as a leader, but right down to the bottom of the racetrack is the Mad Dog, George Brissett, in that number 39, challenging for the lead, but Gramellini holds on in that white number 06. Gramellini gets high off of the turn, and we've got a problem as the car is spun going up into the wall between 3 and 4, but is able to drive away under his own power. Looks like we remain under green with the Mad Dog out in front. George Bissett, the driver out of Danbury, Connecticut, off the turn and heading for the line. Bissett sets the pace. Gramellini is in second. And it is Chris Druin in car number 03, but not for long because the 42 car has suddenly come alive. That's Dave McComber. He moves into position number 3, and it looks like the black flag has been displayed for Mike Rivard's car, and the reason being some loose body parts on the back of that race car. 3 of 10 posted up on the scoreboard, and out in front it is still car number 39. That is George the Mad Dog Bissett, followed by the 06 of Mike Gramellini in the 3rd spot. It's the number 42 car for Dave McComber. Back to the line they come, and we'll post another one up on the scoreboard. Next time by, we'll be at the halfway point. A good battle for the 3rd spot down on the inside. Steve Ribby with that black number 85 makes a move, and here comes Rusty Bryant in to challenge McComber as well. Ribby now takes over the 3rd spot. Bryant slides into turn number 3, and he grabs position number 4. That drop kicks the 42 of McComber back 1 spot. So, at the halfway point, it is car number 39, George Bissett, followed by Mike Gramellini in the 06. Then it's the 85 of Steve Ribby, the 48 of Rusty Bryant, and the 42 of Dave McComber. That's the way it shapes up as they come back to complete yet another circuit around the racetrack. Keep in mind they have 50 green flag laps to complete here tonight. 50 laps for the Pro Stocks in twin 25 format. And these drivers are certainly out to garner as much money and as many valuable NASCAR points as they can possibly collect here at the Thompson International Speedway. 7 of 10 posted, and the next time by, the 2-lap marker will be shown, but your leader continues to be the man they call the Mad Dog, George Bissett. Deep into turn number 3, George will come by. He'll look to the start-finish line. Chief starter Bill Long with the 2-to-go marker posted high in the air. 2 laps to go for Bissett, for Gramellini, for Ribby, Bryant, and McComber. Bobby Leclerc in car number 4. Then it is Chris Druin in car number 03, and the 12 of Leanne Lombardi. White flag is out. We've got one more time around for George the Mad Dog. Off of turn number 2 and down that long back straightaway for the final time in this qualifying round. George Bissett leads the charge. Checkered flag is out, and here comes your winner, George Bissett, followed by Gramellini, Ribby, Bryant, McComber, and Leclerc.
Starter inside of row number 5, car number 2 for Jim McCallum out of Fall River, Massachusetts. Hydro Stopper Movement provide the sponsorships there, along with precision that is engines. Car number 16 to round out the field for Andy Johnson out of Rehoboth, Massachusetts. Propane Plus provides the sponsorship. Pace car to pull on pit road, and Jeff Zeidema and Norman Wren leads the field off of turn number 4 into the stripe. It is Zeidema by about 3 car lengths down into turns number 1 and 2. Wren will fall into 2nd, and the yellow light comes on. Apparently, Mr. Zeidema got too big of a jump. Go 2 heats or 2 features this evening, 25 laps in distance. A great night for the Pro Stocks, the premier division here at the Thompson Speedway. Green flag waves for Zeidema. Much cleaner start as they head down into turns 1 and 2. Run in that 2nd position. The 99 for Bitondo runs 3rd. Then it's a side-by-side battle for 4th, quickly taken away by the 15 of Chris Purley. But here comes the 28 of Godin to his inside. Side-by-side for that 4th position with car number 3 to round out the front 6 for Joe Perry. Back down the stripe to complete lap number 1. It is Zeidema. And the Roger Godin machine has a fire underneath that car. And the yellow flag comes out. If you look underneath the 4th car on the speedway, saw flames underneath that machine a moment ago. That is Roger Godin. Not sure if he knows it. And a red flag. Remember, he was the cause of the caution flag. So he goes all the way back to the 10th position now. Plenty of time left, though, as we have 9 laps remaining for Godin to gain some spots. Off the corner, and Zeidema leads the field back down into turns number 1 and 2 with Norman Wren to run in that second spot. The 15 machine for Chris Purley up to third. Batondo in fourth, then Murray to round out the front 5 in the 18. He's in a side-by-side battle with Angelo D'Amelia for that position. Back side-by-side for that 5th spot. D'Amelia to the outside, Murray to the inside. Number 16 for Andy Johnson has nowhere to go. Now he rides to the outside of Murray for the 6th spot, along with the 28 for Roger Godin. 3 laps complete this time, 7 to go. Here in our second Pro Stock qualifying event of the evening. Single file, front half of the field, down the back straightaway. 1 car going to the back in a hurry in the 18 for Rob Murray. Back down to the stripe, 4 laps down, 6 to go. Front 5 cars run single file, then it's side by side from there on back for 2 rows. Andy Johnson in the 16 to the inside, but here comes Roger Godin. Back all the way up to 6. Bumping Johnson back to 7. Now Godin gets out of shape off of turn 4 just a bit, but will retain that spot in the 6th position. Jim McCallum also having a tough time of it as well. He also runs outside of the top 5 behind Roger Godin. Little contact between McCallum and Roger Godin for that 6th spot. Godin now takes a look to the inside of Angelo D'Amelia to crack himself up into the top 5. And it was again a little flame scene from the 28 car. So we'll have to keep an eye out on it here in the final 3 circuits. But at the front of the field, it is all Jeff Zeidema, leading by a good 6 car lengths. Black flag in the 28 car now for Roger Godin. Got himself all the way back up into the top 5. Now we'll have to pull on the pit road. 2 laps short here in this one. As Zeidema gets the 2 to go signal, went comfortably in second for now with the 15 of Chris Purley in third, the 99 Batondo in fourth, and the 2 all the way up in the top 5 all of a sudden for Jim McCallum. D'Amelia has fallen outside of the top 5 in 6th, Murray in 7th, Johnson in 8th, car number 3 to round out the field for Joe Perry. Back down into turns number 1 and 2 for the final time for Jeff Zeidema. Wren has closed in just a bit, but won't have time to get the job done as Zeidema heads off of turn number 4 for the final time to take the checkered flag from starter Bill Long. So Jeff Zeidema takes down the race win
for Chris McGee. The 9th position on the inside, the number 91 car. At Munson, Massachusetts, that's the K&B Construction Automobile for Bernie Croteau. And rounding out the field, he starts shotgun in 10th spot, the number 05. For Worcester, Massachusetts, that's the Master Carpentry Dr. Stevens Transmission Automobile for Ron Rice. Field gets set as they will get ready to roll off the 4th corner. Phil Rondo and Glenn Walker are going to bring them down for 10 laps of Pro Stock action. The green flag flies. We're underway. The Porsche Pro, number 19, Phil Rondo, breaks out to an early race lead. There goes Dick Houlihan. He's a former Pro 4 modified driver, a former Pro 4 champion, moves into the 2nd spot. The number 7 of Glenn Walker files into 3rd in line. Right by him comes the number 45 of Ron Pettis. Pettis now underneath the number 7 as they come off the corner. Contact being made, just a little bit of contact with the number 25 automobile losing some parts. That's Chris McGee. There's some debris on the track and right there on the front straightaway. The yellow flag's going to fly and we're going to slow this field down. Field starts to slow as they go down the back straightaway. The caution flag flies for the number 25 of Chris McGee. McGee appearing to lose a piece of the rocker panel, and there's just breakaway material. So he loses part of the lower rocker panel and the fender on that number 25, the Fernando's 25. 43, Ken Cole Jr. in the number 43, and rounding out the field, the number 05 of Ron Rice. So we've got only one lap in the record book. Bill Long, hopefully this time, is going to pull the caution in. Going under the NASCAR Winston Racing Series sign. Two of the best in the business sit on the front row with Phil Rondo on the pole and Dick Houlihan, who is no stranger to victory lane here on the outside. They get the green flag coming off the fourth corner, and they drag race going down the front straightaway with Houlihan on the top and Rondo on the bottom. Houlihan using that unpreferred top line around the speedway. He's got the lead as he comes off the second corner. Gives the lead to Dick Houlihan in the JR Precast number 1, followed by the number 19 of Phil Rondo. The number 45 in third spot. Rounding out your top 5, a good battle between the number 7 automobile, that's Glenn Walker, and the number 69 of Bernie Croteau. Croteau on the bottom, Walker on the top, and they're side by side battling for the top 5, but right behind them, watching all this action happen, is the number 37 of Les Hinckley. Hinckley decides to use the low line to follow the number 69 into the third corner, but still the number 7 of Walker battles back on the outside. Little contact being made there, little door slamming and tire rubbing, and a donut appearing on the number 69's door as they go down into turn number 1. The Walker on the high side. Oh, contact. Big contact with the number 69 getting up in the air. The number 43 rear ends the 7 as they roll through the second corner with the number 99 of Bernie Croteau just being a victim of circumstances. With all of that happening, and the yellow flag will fly. And we're going to slow the field down. And get around Phil Rondo when they started the race going down into turn number 1, and they rolled through the stripe in turn number 3. Houlihan picks up the throttle, and off the fourth corner, Hooley's got the lead as they hit the stripe with Rondo in second. The number 45 of Ron Pettis in third. Right behind him, it's the number 69 of Fred Soucy. Then it's the 25. That automobile been driven by Chris McGee. McGee rounds out your top 5 as the field rolls nose to tail through turns 3 and 4. They come off the fourth corner, give the lead to Houlihan, followed by Bill Rondo, the 45 of Pettis. Then it's the number 69 of Fred Soucy. They are nose to tail, starting to break away from the 4th position competitor. Right now, the 69 of Fred Soucy feeling the pressure of the 25 of Chris McGee. McGee and Soucy go down into the third corner. They're battling for the top 5 on the speedway. Your lead continues to be held by Dick Houlihan, the J&R Precast number 1, followed by the 19 of Phil Rondo. In for third, it's the 45 of Ron Pettis, and the only battle on the track right now goes back to the 4th and 5th positions between the number 69 of Soucy and the 25 of McGee. But with all that happening, the number 37 of Les Hinckley, who started 4th on the field, is bringing it up into the fray to try to make it a 3-car battle for the top 4 spots on the track. Now Hinckley goes to the top side of the track, and the number 25 of McGee slams the door as they come off the second corner. There goes Hinckley to the bottom of the 25 of McGee. McGee now goes into the corner very, very deep and very, very fast, puts it up on the top side of the track, comes off the fourth corner, and he holds his top 5 position with 7 laps down and only 3 laps to go. That finds Dick Houlihan in the J&R Precast number 1 automobile out in front. He's got a good 6-car length advantage over Phil Rondo, and the number 43 automobile slaps the wall coming off the fourth corner, loops it on the back straightaway. That car is being driven by Ken Cole Jr. out of North Providence. With 2 laps to go, the 43 continues to sit on the back straightaway. The yellow flag has still not come out yet. Now the yellow flag comes out from their starter, assistant starter Tony Leckie. Leckie throws the yellow flag. The number 43 of Ken Cole Jr. gets it rolling once again. 45 automobile of Ron Pettis starts on the inside of row number 2, and on the outside of him, the number 69 of Fred Soucy. Watch when they hit that stripe in the third corner. Houlihan picks up the throttle. We're back to racing action once again. They come off the fourth corner, give the lead to Dick Houlihan as they come down the front straightaway, moves up into that outside line, and he holds the lead over Phil Rondo and the number 49 of Ron Pettis. The number 25 of McGee now brings it up into the fray to the 4th spot. He's going to challenge for the top 3, but off the fourth corner as they come, the white flag's going to fly from your starter, Bill Long. Bill Long with the white flag in hand, a 1/5/8 mile to go around the speedway that finds Houlihan out in front, followed by Phil Rondo, the number 45 of Pettis, then it's the 25 of McGee, and the number 69 of Fred Soucy. They are your top 5. They've got just 2 more turns to associate, coming through turns 3 and 4, and coming off the fourth corner, the checkered flag's going to fly for the J&R Precast number 1 of Dick Houlihan. He's chased to the line by the number 19 of Phil Rondo. Then it's the number 45 automobile of Pettit's. Then it's the 25 of McGee. And rounding out your top 5 will be the number 69 of Fred Susi.
Next, car number 37 doing double duty tonight is Jeff Seidema, and alongside of him, car number 78, it is Rick Gentis. John Falcone in the 01, followed by Greg Namijian in car number 28, and Mark Terzian in car number 27. So that's the starting lineup as the Diamond Chevrolet pace car heads for the infield. Matt, here they come down to the line, and it looks like Tony Lucky is just about to let them loose as they head for the start-finish line. Green flag is out, and we are off and running.
And getting the jump on the field was a 51 of David Blaine, and trying to follow him through is a 33 car of Jerry Young.
Down the backstretch they go. Here comes the 01 of Falcone. Now, he was the feature event winner back on May 28th here at the Speedway. And Falcone would love to be able to get to the front, but suddenly he finds a group of cars in front of him. As they head for the second turn, it is that number 88 of Scott Fanning. And here comes Jeff Plakius in the 99 down on the inside. The 37 car is right there as well for Jeff Seidema.
Well, the car has its passing gear working as he is able to make the move. That is a 99 for Jeff Plakius, but almost welded together is the 88 of Fanning.
Off the second turn, Seidema takes a peek to the inside of Fanning. Greco is back there in the 21, followed by Falcone, and Rick Gentis in car number 78. Then there's Jerry Young in the 33. Jerry had made his presence felt very early and then dropped off the pace a bit, and now he's pedaling to try to get back to the front.
George Greco in car number 21, always a guy you can keep an eye on, but he has his hands full right now, trying to figure a way to get by the 37 and Jeff Seidema. It's not going to be easy.
Sure isn't. Seidema down on the inside of Fanning. They're running elbow to elbow off the turn. It looks this time, Matt, like Jeff is going to grab the spot, and indeed he does. So it's Dave Blaine, Plakius, followed by Seidema. Then it is Greco in the 21. Fanning in the 88, and Falcone in the 01. Great racing deep in the pack in this late model division.
Now Greco is getting worked over by the 88 of Fanning, and now moving into the picture, the 01 of John Falcone as we approach the halfway mark of the heat race.
Laps continue to tick away, and way out in front, it is Dave Blaine in that number 51 car. He's running like he is on rails here tonight. And the 99 car, youngster out of Agawam, Massachusetts, represents himself and his sponsor and his team very well. Youngster by the name of Jeff Plakius. Then it's the veteran Seidema, another veteran, Greco, followed by a gentleman who won here, as we mentioned, just a week and a half ago, John Falcone in the 01.
That's a confrontation to keep your eye on right now. Greco in the 21 and the 01. As the white flag is in the air, and here comes Blaine. It's been a joyride for him so far.
No question about that. It has been a piece of cake for Dave Blaine at car number 51. But it looks like Plakius is beginning to close. The only thing is, man, it's going to be a little too late because we are just a half lap away from the checkered flag.
Jeff Plakius running out of real estate. It looks like he's going to have to be content to take second. Checkered flag is in the air, and in front to capture the heat is David Blaine with Plakius second, Seidema third, and Greco edges John Falcone for the number 4 spot.
So it is car number 51. Dave Blaine taking down the win, followed by the 99 of Plakius, the 37 of Seidema, the 21 of Greco, and the 01 of Falcone for our first of 2 qualifying rounds for the late model stock cars. So that's it. Starting lineup for the second of 2 late model qualifiers, and that looks like we are just about set to go as they head for turn number 3.
So the field is assembled right behind the pace car, and we're just moments away from turning the ignition key and getting started in our second late model qualifying race. The focus is on our starter, Tony Lucky, as he will give the command as the team inches, the decibel level increases, and shooting into the lead is Jerry Kanopka. So Kanopka followed to the front by Mark Schofield as they buzzsaw their way out of turn 2. A good battle between the 73 of John Mataris and the car number 15 belonging to Scott Bronzik as they duke it out for the number 3 spot. But right now, the drum major of the parade is Jerry Kanopka in car number 1. Has a sturdy lead over the 67 of Schofield, but there are plenty of sparks flying behind him. Trying to make a move now is the 15 of Scott Bronzik, and he has grabbed the number 2 spot. And following him to third place is Bruce Adams. So good moves by both Adams and Bronzik as they try to challenge our leader, Jerry Kanopka. Moving in fourth place at the present time is Walt Sutcliffe now, as he will try to challenge the 2-3 combination of Scott Bronzik and John Mataris. Or make that the 75 of Bruce Adams. It is John Mataris currently riding in the number 5 spot.
Looks like the Cook machine has come to a stop, and now suddenly gets going again. The Circle J taking right through the car wash off of turn number 2. Makes it back out onto the racetrack, but boy, there is great competition all the way through this, with the exception of the high-flying Jerry Kanopka, who just has managed to run away and hide on this one, Matt.
He is in his own solar system at the front of the field, but trying to climb aboard the 15. A good run so far for Scott Bronzik, and we'll see if he has enough time to track down our leader, Jerry Kanopka. As the first 5 is single file, but a good battle for 6, currently owned by Mark Schofield.
All right, 5 laps posted up on the scoreboard. 10 laps is the distance for the late models, and as the laps continue to tick away, it is Jerry Kanopka out in front. Running in the second spot is that car number 15 for local driver Scott Bronzik. They work their way off of turn number 4, looking back, and we'll put 6 laps up on the scoreboard as the Cook machine, the Circle J, drops down to the racetrack out of harm's way. Make that 2 laps to go in this an 8 instead of a 10-lap qualifier.
I don't think it'll make any difference for Jerry Kanopka as he is making a bold statement in the front of the field. We could have quite a battle for a second over the final lap between Scott Bronzik and almost body pierced to his driver's suit in third place is the 79 of Adams.
White flag is displayed, and Matt, this is the final time around. And Jerry Kanopka appears to have things well in hand. Deep into turn number 3 as he leads this one. Checkered flag will wave. Here they come. Off the turn, down to the wire.
And there he is, Jerry Kanopka. He'll take down the win. Bronzik followed by Adams, and then the 70 of Sutcliffe. And sneaking in to grab the number 5 spot was John Mataris. So a very entertaining race, but no suspense as Jerry Kanopka dominated every step of the way.
Car number 33 rolls off next from Marlborough, Massachusetts, the affordable auto body and sales entry for David Plord.
Next comes car number 52. Out of Leominster seeking sponsorship is Henry Boudreau.
Car number 08 rolls off next to Billy Carr Jr. from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Car sponsor wanted.
J&D Auto Salvage. The sponsors of the 86 out of Coventry is Mike Kavanaugh.
Car number 28 rolls off next from Putnam, Connecticut. Yank Industries provides a sponsorship for the driver, Mark Ramos.
Former champion in this division wheels the Grand Prix Auto sponsored car number 8 out of East Haven, Connecticut. It is Ed Pulio.
26 starter, car number 29. Out of Cranston, Rhode Island, the TLB Auto Machine entry for Mark DaCosta.
And Michael's Service Station is the proud sponsor of car number 17 from Webster. The driver is John Rogers.
Car number 36 to roll off next out of Douglas, Massachusetts, the Sundin Furniture entry for Scott Sundin.
And E&J Enterprises and MC Express, they're the sponsors of car number 27. The driver out of Uncasville, Connecticut is Scott Cook. So that's it. Starting lineup for tonight's 20-lap feature event for the strictly stock race cars. They are lined up behind the Diamond Chevrolet pace car, and you can see the lights have been turned out around the speedway. The clinched green flags are ready. Our chief starter, Bill Law, Tony Leckie. Also on the starter stand, the pace car dives to the inside of the racetrack. Here they come side by side off of turn number 4. They address themselves to the start-finish line. Green flags are flying, and we are underway.
And it's the 22 to lead them down into turns number 1 and 2 for Mark Jennison. Side by side for the second spot, Zabini to the inside. Car number 4 for Richard Howe to the outside as the field stacks up 4 wide down the back straightaway. The 64 gains a whole bunch of spots down into turn number 3 for Tim Taylor. On lap 1, Kevin Mason goes around in car number 37 here on the first lap.
field starts to bunch up as they come down the front straightaway. The green flag continues to stay out, but Kevin Mason stuck to the top of the track. He's going to start to turn that automobile around, but as they go back to the lead, the number 22 leads it by a good 8 to 10 car lengths over the number 4 as they still continue on down the back straightaway. The green flag stays out.
Jennison a good lead of about 6 car lengths down into turns number 3 and 4. The 4 car for Richard Howe to run in that second spot, having a great run in the early stages of this one. Zabini now being challenged for that 3rd spot. Tim Taylor has rocketed up through the field. He's now up to 3rd.
Taylor now slides it through turns 1 and 2. Moves Zabini up to the high side, but here comes the number 57 of Ken Fecto. Fecto now on the bottom as they drag race down into turn number 3.
Down into turn number 3. Taylor up to 3rd a lap ago. Now he tries for 2nd. Takes a look to the inside of car number 4 for Richard Howe. Gets up alongside here on the front straightaway, heading for 1.
The man on the move is the number 64 of Tim the Toolman Taylor. He comes to the 2nd spot in only 3 laps, right from the 11th position, and he's mounting a charge very, very quickly. Right behind him is the number 4 of Richard Howe. Howe now feels the pressure of Fecto as Fecto goes to the bottom of turn number 3. They rub just a little bit. Howe getting a little bit sideways, give the spot to Fecto, but there goes Zabini on the outside, sliding up to the top of the track.
Took a look to the outside to make it 3 wide. Speaking of 3 wide, they do that for the 7th spot. Heading into turns number 1 and 2. Cliff Gomo in the middle of it all, along with White in the 62. 2 cars get together now off of turn number 2 in front of the field and stacks everybody up. 1 car through the grass, the 62 machine for Kevin White, the 4 for the Howe machine. Amongst others involved, the 08 for Billy Carr.
Well, it all started when contact was made between the number 4, I believe, and I don't see who else was involved. I think it was the number 57 of Fecto. They just made contact just a little bit as they got in the 3rd corner. Take a look at the number 39 of Ryan Stone. He's looking to get any advantage they can get when they come back to green, but the yellow flag comes back out on the track. Caution flag flies. Bill Long keeping the field at bay. There's the signal from starter Bill Long. The next time by, we're going to be going green, Kyle.
4 laps complete of the 20 to be run here. Of course, 64 has been the guy in the move. He started way out back for Scott Cook.
Ryan Stone a threat anywhere he goes. Of course, it's always a threat to win here at the Thompson Speedway. They come off the 4th corner, the green flag flies, and once again, Kyle, we're underway.
Back underway, and Tim Taylor this time leads the field back down into turns number 1 and 2 on the outside. Jennison will fall into 2nd.
Jennison hot on his tail as they come off the 2nd corner. Fecto slides just a little bit. There goes Stone to the bottom, but a lot of action shaping up in the back of the pack. Here comes Ed Pulio coming from way back in 23rd right now. He sits just outside the top 10.
New colors for Ed Pulio this year. You have seen in the past, he has been in bright orange machines. Now with the white machine, a little change of colors for Pulio. 1 car fell back here, the Kavanaugh machine. Car number 86 got wide up at turn number 3, and we have a mess heading down into turns number 1 and 2. Somebody got on the binders pretty hard.
Cars start to scramble, but the green flag continues to stay out. We're waiting for the number 86 of Kavanaugh to roll into the pit area, but he doesn't. He comes up the track, and here comes the field bearing down on him, and it's a good thing the field had their eyes open and was very, very alert. We're going to slow the field down now, 5 laps in the books, and we're going to open up the pit gate for number 86 of Kavanaugh to get back to the pit area.
I don't know if we're set for a restart with car number 64. Our focus, Tim the Toolman, as he sets the pace back to Kyle Cantagara.
Thank you very much, Rustad, but right now we're back to full-fendered action here at the Thompson Speedway. That finds Tim Taylor out in front. Here comes Ryan Stone to the 2nd position.
Those 2 cars depend on a great show here at the final 15 circuits of this one. Stone takes a look to the inside of Taylor. Jennison is there, the 95 for Smith to round out the front 4. Fecto's in a side-by-side battle for 5th with Lyle Wolfinger, who gets the spot at 3.
The battle now is for the front of that guy, at the front of the pack with Stone on the bottom, Tim the Toolman Taylor on the top, and here comes Jennison underneath in the number 22. He's going to make it a 3-car battle. That's the 40 in the 3rd spot, and here comes the 95 of Adam Smith and Lyle Wolfinger. Those automobiles round out your top 5.
1 car going backwards, the 57 of Fecto. Car looks to be really loose in the corners, and now loses 3 spots down the back straightaway. He's actually in a 3-wide battle with Bill McNeil in the 44s. Really come back up through the field.
A real good charge for Bill McNeil. He started dead last when he rolled back down the track. Good, fortunately for him, he did not lose any laps. He's coming up to the back of Gomo as they go down into turn number 1. Yellow flag flies on the speedway, and a car with heavy damage in the fourth corner. I believe that's the 08 automobile. That car being driven by Billy Carr Jr. out of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts.
Smashed in quite a bit. See, had heavy contact with the turn 4 wall here. And the third caution of the event flies here on the 7th circuit. 3 laps away from the halfway mark. A few moments away from the restart with Stone at the front of the field. Taylor to his outside. Jennison runs third, Wolfinger in fourth. Smith to round out the front 5 off of turn number 4. We're back to green, and Ryan Stone heads to turn number 1 as the race leader.
Stone's got the advantage as they come off the fourth corner. He leads it going down into turn number 1. And here goes Tim the Toolman Taylor battling in second. Lyle Wolfinger up along the high side. He's trying to take the third spot away from Jennison. He does as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Wolfinger clears Jennison, maybe, down into turns number 3 and 4. Jennison back up alongside off of turn number 4. That's the battle for third. Back down to the stripe. Give it to Wolfinger.
Right there, Wolfinger's got the spot. He's making a charge to the front to hurry. He's got his sights set on the number 64 of Tim the Toolman Taylor. The rest of the field slides through the corner. Bill McNeil now picks up another spot. He comes to the 6th position, and he also has his sights set on Scott Cook. There he goes to the bottom of Scott Cook, trying to make the pass. Going into turn number 3, Scott Cook slides up to the top of the track, and there goes Bill McNeil sliding into the 5th position.
Caution for car number 29, Mark DaCosta. Goes around over turn number 2, producing the 4th yellow of this event. E&J Enterprise, MC Express entry. Then Bill McNeil in 6th.
Keep an eye on the number 27 of Scott Cook. He's hanging back just a little bit, trying to get a little bit of momentum as they come off the 4th corner. But we go back to the leaders. Ryan Stone leads the way, followed by Tim the Toolman Taylor and Lyle Wolfinger in 3rd.
Right now, Stone breaks away by about 2 car lengths off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Wolfinger runs in 3rd. Tim Taylor back up into that 2nd spot. Had the momentum built off of turn number 2. Jennison to work in the 4th spot. Now takes a look to the outside of Wolfinger for that position.
And there's Bill McNeil fighting with Scott Cook as both of those drivers slide just a little bit coming off the corner. Both of those drivers are both looking for the low line around the track as they went back to the restart. The 27 of Scott Cook was protecting that bottom line because Billy McNeil was also looking underneath them as they came off the corner.
Lap to go, the 13 for Cliff Gomo had a spectacular save here off of turn number 4. He maintains his spot just inside the top 10. Halfway this time down, 10 down, 10 to go for Ryan Stone, who leads clearly by about 6 car lengths.
But mounting a charge really fast coming off the corner is the number 41 of Lyle Wolfinger. He looks to the bottom of Tim the Toolman Taylor. Taylor battles back on the high side. We've got a car sliding on the back straightaway. That's the number 73 automobile of Larry Barnett. He turns the car around, does a little bit of a donut. The green flag continues to stay out. That finds Ryan Stone out in front.
Back down into turns number 1 and 2. Lyle Wolfinger, though, has a great run going, trying to get that 2nd spot away from Tim Taylor as the caution waves for the 73 of Larry Barnett, who now is stopped off of turn number 2. Gets it refired, and will catch up to the tail end of the field.
I tell you, Kyle, keep an eye on the 5th and 6th place competitor, Scott.
That is Tri-States, Toyota Dodge, Kentucky, Tri-State Subaru in Webster.
That's right, Rustad. We support the people who support auto racing, but we go back to green with Ryan Stone at the front of the field. He comes off the floor.
One car way out of shape here on the front straightaway. Nearly got on top of the wall. Car number 62. And it looks like we may be going back yellow pretty quick here for Kevin White.
Very true. We're going to go back to yellow. Some of the drivers don't know it, but they're going to slow him down as they go down the back straightaway. And unfortunately, White finds himself with a flat right front tire on that automobile. And especially the feature event that is happening right before your very eyes. The green flag flies, and we're back underway once again.
Off of turn number 4 and down the line, it is Ryan Stone. But the battle's for second. Lyle Wolfinger to the inside of Tim Taylor, side by side, down into turns number 1 and 2. Cook and Jennison also going at it for the 4th and 5th spots. Back off turn number 2.
Wolfinger on the bottom, Taylor on the top, and Taylor using that high line as a ramp off these high backs to run down the number 39 of Ryan Stone. But here comes Wolfinger on the bottom using that low line around the speedway. Taylor slides just a little bit, and it's still a side-by-side battle for the 2nd and 3rd spot.
Tell you what, the 41 car of Wolfinger was pretty quiet a year ago. Definitely has come to life here in the year 2000. 4th place last time out 2 weeks ago, and now is battling for the 2nd spot with Tim Taylor down the back straightaway.
They say what a difference a year can make, and you're seeing it right there with the number 41 of Lyle Wolfinger as he's battling for the second and third spot on the track, but also right behind them, another 2x2 car battle between Jennison and the number 27 of Scott Cook.
One car having troubles a moment ago. The 8 for Ed Pulio got way up high, lost about 3 spots. Of course, he dominated this division a couple years ago. Right now it sits just inside of the top 10 as the leaders hit turn number 3. Ryan Stone out in front by 2 Collins. Tim Taylor, though, way out of shape. Heads up the speedway, nearly spins, and that'll allow Wolfinger to get that spot.
When you're going sideways, it doesn't mean you're going forward, as the number 41 of Lyle Wolfinger takes that spot away. But right behind him, a good battle between Scott Cook and Jennison. Jennison up on the high side, Cook on the bottom, and give the spot to the number 27 of Scott Cook. But look at the big charge that Jennison mounts as they go into turn number 3.
Jennison on the high side, Cook on the low side by side for that 4th spot. Off of turn number 4, give it to the 27 for Cook, but Jennison not giving up yet as the 44 is off the pace. Got a car right in the middle of the speedway, down in turns 1 and 2. Leaders take evasive action to the outside.
David Plord, Power. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, too. One of the friendliest people. He keeps an eye on all the racing that goes on here and at various tracks in the Northeast. The green flag flies once again, and there goes Lyle Wolfinger to the outside of Ryan Stone. Stone getting just slowly, just a little bit. They go down into turn number 1. Stone continues to lead the way. There's the two-man Taylor on the bottom, but the number 27 of Scott Cook threading the needle as he goes underneath Lyle Wolfinger down the back straightaway. A lot of power in that number 27, and right there goes from 4th to 2nd in one fell swoop. He's got the 2nd position, but here comes Mark Jennison trying to make it up into the mix, and Wolfinger battles back on the high side. He's got the spot back, but there goes Wolfinger on the outside of Scott Cook. Cook and Wolfinger battling side by side. They go down into turn number 1. Give the spot to Scott Cook. He holds the runner-up position, but Wolfinger charging back. That car has got a lot of straightaway speed. Keep an eye on him as they dive down into turn number 3. He's on the bottom, and Cook is on the top.
Cook to the outside, having a strong run. Both cars get out of shape. Wolfinger contact with Cook. Saves the car, gets right down to the infield dirt. The 29 up to Costa goes around for the 2nd time in this event off of turn number 4. But the leader of Stone off of turn number 2, once again, all by himself here on the 17th circuit. Another car, Bill McNeil now goes around in turn 2.
Tough break for Bill McNeil. He spins it in the bottom of the track, but there's DaCosta. He's still parked over in the corner, and I think this time by the yellow flag. No, the yellow flag does not come out. There's only a handful of laps to go. 2 more laps to go on the field. Mark Jennison now starting to mount a big charge. He gets underneath Scott Cook as they go down into the corner. The lap traffic gets into the way, and Cook is going to use the lap traffic as a pick to hold the runner-up spot.
Yeah, right now DaCosta right in front of that 2nd place battle. Now Cliff Gomo goes around in turn number 2 in car number 13. In the meantime, a white flag for our race leader. Ryan Stone gets the white flag, 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go, and in case any mechanical trouble happens, or maybe even an act of God is going to stop the number 39 of Ryan Stone for taking down another feature event win. DaCosta once again turns it around. McNeil, his bad luck continues as he smokes the automobile going down into turn number 1. Unfortunately, he will finish near the rear of the field, but off the 4th corner. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the number 39. He's going to take it for 2 weeks in a row. Ryan Stone in the Guilford Logging number 39 automobile, followed by Scott Cook. Then it's Mark Jennison in the 22, followed by Tim the Two-Man Taylor, Adam Smith, and Lyle Wolfinger. Kyle, what can you say? He had a good run going. Lost it just a little bit as they came off of the 4th corner. But experience, of course, being the better part of valor. And Wolfinger is going to come back to get him another day.
And it's just outside of the top 5 here this evening, but again, consistency is what wins you a championship. But right now, you can't be more consistent than our winning automobile here this evening. The driver of car number 39, Ryan Stone, 2 races in the year 2000, and is about to make his 2nd trip to victory lane this year. Clean sweep so far here in the Strictly Stock division.
That's right. He's going to go talk to Russ Dowd in just a few minutes down at victory lane. There is the Tri-State Subaru Kia Dodge automobile parked down at victory lane, and very, very soon we're going to go down to Russ Dowd.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. And here he comes, as you said, for the 2nd time in the year 2000. A man who leads the New England NASCAR Performance Index. And this Chris will do absolutely everything to enhance that lead. Ladies and gentlemen, he is getting very, very close to climbing out of the race car. It was a great, great run for our winner here tonight. He's got his helmet off. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan Stone. Ryan, congratulations. Just a superb effort tonight, and you've done it twice in a row.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's all because of the crew, man. Pete, Sean, Don, Steve-O, my brother Ben's here, my mom and dad, my girlfriend Chris, they help me out all the time, support me 100%. Without them, I couldn't do it. I also got a great motor this year from Larry's Auto Machine. And once again, Wilson Art International helps us put tires on this thing, and all our sponsors, I couldn't do without them.
Ryan, that's all right. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. What I do want to let everyone know, we mentioned this a little bit earlier, is that as a result of last week's performance, you are now leading the New England NASCAR Performance Index, and of course tonight's win is going to do nothing but enhance that for the short track series. So on behalf of all of us, congratulations. And here to present you with the winning trophies tonight is the owner of the Speedway, Don Honig. We'll step aside, get some pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, and once again, how about a nice round of applause for Ryan Stone.
So Strictly Stock Victory Lane continues for Ryan Stone for the second time this season. 2 for 2.
Kyle, we have Derek Pernisiglo, who has moved to the infield to keep us updated on the progress of these drivers, as if some of them find pit stops necessary, then that will be the situation, and we'll get an update immediately from Derek. Meanwhile, the pace car is just about ready to dive to the infield. It is George the Mad Dog Bissett to bring the field around. The first of two 25-lap feature events for the Pro Stock automobiles. Off the turn down to the line, we are under green with the Mad Dog and the 79 of Jeff Zeidema.
Drag race into turns 1 and 2. Zeidema to the outside, Bissett to the inside. Houlihan runs in third. A little out of shape for what Bissett allows Zeidema to pull out in front in turn 3.
Jeff Zeidema, who was very strong in his qualifying heat, as was Bissett, sets the pace off the turn, but George Bissett, the Mad Dog, pulls to the inside off of turn 4, and we're going to score that lap from the Mad Dog.
Houlihan right now to run in that third position. The 0-6 for Mike Gramolini to run in fourth with Norman Rand to round out the front 5 down the back straightaway. Best battle, of course, at the front of the field. Now Zeidema takes the race lead. Bissett still looking to the inside.
And George does the same thing as they exit turn number 4, and lap number 2 gets scored for the Mad Dog. Boy, they are just swapping pace and swapping spots. All of a sudden, they almost get sideways off the turn. Bissett has to take his foot out of it. When he does, that opens the door for the number 1 of Dick Houlihan. So, as they exit turn at number 4, we'll score a lap for Jeff Zeidema, Dick Houlihan, the 39 of Bissett, and the 06 of Gramolini.
Right now, single file at the front of the field. One driver to keep an eye out on, the defending champion. The 28 for Roger Godin hasn't made too much progress at the rear of the field. Still a long way to go, though, as the field hits the backstretch here on lap number 4.
The number 48 of Rusty Bryant making some nice moves up through the field. Keep an eye on that black number 2. Jim McCallum, the veteran in this division who has won virtually everything there is to win behind the wheel of the Pro Stock, and he would like to take down 2 wins here tonight. He's got a long way to go, however, as a lot of race traffic and a lot of hot cars are in front of him.
McCallum now just inside of the top 10, down the back straightaway, and into turn number 3. But the hot battle on the track is for the race lead, as car number 1 for Houlihan took a look to the inside of Zeidema off of turn number 4, but will have to duck back in the line down in turn number 2.
It is Jeff Zeidema, Dick Houlihan, and George the Mad Dog Bissett running bumper to bumper down that long back straightaway. They're the 06 for Ashby Mass's Mike Gramolini running in position number 4. Rounding out the top 5 is Norm Brandt in car number 1. Then it is the 85 of Steve Ribby and the 15 of Chris Burley. 6 out of 25 posted up on the scoreboard. These cars, upon completion of this event, will go to the infield, will stay there during the mini stock race, and then they will come right back out. But in victory lane, we are going to have a drawing. And the winner of this event will pull a number out of a hat. It will be 1, 6, 8, or 10. 1 means they start exactly the way they finish. 6 means we invert the top 6 finishers. 8 the top 8, 10 the top 10. And look at what we've got down in turn number 1. A problem as the driver who was running in the second spot, car number 1, Dick Houlihan, comes in contact with a vehicle that had spun.
It's car number 59, the car that went around over in turn number 3. I don't believe Houlihan made a lot of contact, if any. He just came to a stop as the leaders hit turn number 3, the 59, driven by Michael Rivard out of Slaterville, Rhode Island.
Go back up to Russ Down and Kyle Rickey.
All right, thank you very much, Derek. And that's the situation. Quick chassis change for car number 19, Phil Rondo.
Great flag in the air here for Jeff Zeidema off of turn number 4. Back down to the stripe. Houlihan pulls right into that second spot with Bissett to run third. Top 3 single file. It's traffic jam from there on back, led by Norman Wren off of turn number 2.
Boy, they run side by side, bumper to bumper, nose to tail, elbow to elbow as they stretch the entire length of that 500-foot straightaway here at the Thompson Speedway. Off of turn number 4, your leaders emerge. That trio now is the 79 of Zeidema, the 1 of Houlihan, the 39 of Bissett, as they begin to pull away just a little bit and set the stage again. But as we predicted earlier, Kyle, take a look at what is now in the 4th position, that black number 2 car for Jim McCallum. McCallum on a roll off of turn number 4, down the straightaway.
One car in big trouble here on the front stretch. Car number 69 stacks up the entire field.
And boy, we have collected up some Pro Stock automobiles here. Let's start with the number 37 car. The number 37 car of Les Hinckley was involved. The number 42 car of Macomber. The number 15 car of Chris Purley. The 16 of Andy Johnson. The 69 car of Fred Susi. The 88 car of Angelo D'Amelia. And I'm not sure if we got them all or not. Provides the press box with all kinds of goodies. So a great couple, and thank you very much for being with us. All right, pace car is in, green flag is out. We are underway once again. Here comes Dick Houlihan. It is car number 1 out in front. Houlihan sets the pace, followed by the 39 of the Mad Dog. It is Jim McCallum now suddenly up into the 3rd spot. Rusty Bryant is in 4th as they head down that long back straightaway.
5-car breakaway at the front of the field, down into turn number 3. Houlihan is the race leader. George Bissett runs in 2nd, but here comes the number 2 for Jim McCallum. All the way up to 3rd, Rusty Bryant rounds out the 4th spot. That is the breakaway spot. Back off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. A good battle from Norman Wren on back, force from 7th on back. Wren to the inside. The 18 also in the pack for Rob Murray. And the 4 trying to come up through the field for Bobby Leclerc. Leclerc, relatively new to the Speedway, right in the middle of the action off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. A lot of good racing in that middle pack off of turn number 2. The 45 also in the action. 45 for Ron Pettis. 4 cars, single file at the front of the field, halfway this time by. Car number 1, Dick Houlihan. The race leader back down the line. Bissett in 2nd, McCallum in 3rd, and Rusty Bryant to round out the front 4. Off of turn number 2. Ribby going after the 5th position, down the back straightaway and takes it away from the 06 Mike Gramolini, who falls now into the 7th spot.
All in all, some great competition as Dick Houlihan out in front with car number 1, holds on to position number 1. George the Mad Dog Bissett runs in the 2nd spot, and 3rd is McCallum. Rusty Bryant, we talked about him a little bit earlier, and he turned a lot of heads here in 1999. Rusty Bryant up into position number 4 already.
Just past the halfway mark in this event, the first one of the evening for the Winston, the Weekly Racing Series Pro Stocks.
It looks like Roger Goten may be losing a little bit of fiberglass as some of that has blown up into the victory lane area. But it looks as though everything else appears to be fairly secure. On number 28, and we've got a spin.
88 becomes insecure really quick for Angelo D'Amelia in turn number 4.
He goes around and comes to a stop right underneath the light pole at the exit of turn 4. We'll see what the ruling is here, and it looks like we may end up going to yellow, and we do.
So caution for the third time here with 10 laps remaining as D'Amelia refires the car.
I will spin all afternoon here. Here we go. Pace car heads for cover, and Dick Houlihan and George Bissett side by side there, off of turn 4 down to the start-finish line. Green flag is out, and Hooley once again takes the JNR precast machine to the head of the class.
He's the race leader off of turn number 2 on the restart. Bissett looking to his inside, down the back straightaway, will fall into second. Now here comes Rusty Bryant, challenge for third on car number 2 for McCallum.
Jimmy McCallum came through the field like that proverbial hot knife through butter and has gotten up to the third position. It seems to have gotten stuck there. We'll see if he is conserving the race car and just what he intends to do in the next 9 circuits around the oval. Here comes a challenge for the lead, down to the inside, the 39%. But suddenly he finds that door closed by Dick Houlihan. Hooley leads them back to the line. We're going to put 17 of 25 on the scoreboard.
Single file back down into turns number 1 and 2. Houlihan, the race leader. Bissett in second, McCallum in third, Bryant in fourth, and Ribby to round out the front 5 down the back straightaway. Norman Wren having a good run in 6th. You'd like to see that number 6 pulled in victory lane right now.
Off the turn they come. We'll complete yet another circuit as the number 1 car for Dick Houlihan begins to look stronger and stronger. Notice as they go down the straightaways, Hooley is able to open it up just a little bit on the set, but as they hit the corners, the Mad Dog just closes right in, and we'll see if that's the case here, and obviously it isn't.
Rene remains single file back down to the stripe. Bissett right there, challenging for the race lead, takes a look to the outside, gets a good run off of turn number 2, but not enough to challenge for the position down in turn number 3.
Interestingly enough, up until we began to mention it, that's exactly what was happening. Houlihan was opening things up on the straightaway, and Bissett was closing in on the corners, but now they seem to be just about equally matched as they work their way around this high-bank racetrack. Off the turn, almost bumper to bumper down the back straightaway. Car number 1 from Berkeley, Massachusetts driver Dick Houlihan. From Danbury, Connecticut, it's the Mad Dog. And from New Bedford, it is car number 2 for Jim McCallum.
McCallum right now in third, a position he has been in for several laps. Bryant continues to run in fourth, Ribby to round out the front 5. Wren runs in 6 now down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Top 3 now. Nose to tail, off the corner and back down to the stripe. Houlihan remains the race leader. Bissett in second, McCallum in third. It's going to be a 3-car shootout. Here are the final 3 circuits of this one. As they make their way down the back straightaway. Popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 laps remain for car number 1, Dick Houlihan. But now Bissett closes in just a bit down in turns number 1 and 2. McCallum continues to run in third. Bryant in fourth. Ribby all by himself into 5th position. Norman Wren likewise in 6th. With a lap and a half to go as the cars hit turn number 3. You'll see the white flag this time by a couple of lap cars, including the 88 of Angelo D'Amelia and the 59 car for Michael Rivard, who was involved in an incident earlier. Off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Dick Houlihan looking to take the first checkered flag of the 2000 season for the Pro Stocks. 1 turn to go for Hooley. Checkered flag, Dick Houlihan takes down the win with Bissett in second. So we got 1 car spun over in turn number 4, the 18 car for Rob Murray. But it is, when it's all said and done, car number 1 taking down the win. To finish in number 1 for Dick Houlihan from Berkeley, Massachusetts, the JR Precast and Precision Engines entry. Car number 39 came up about a car length short for George Bissett. Third finisher, Jim McCallum. In fourth, it was the 48 for Rusty Bryant, Steve Ribby, to round out top 5. As the cars now head back to the pits, Norman Wren to round out the 6th position. The 06 finishes 7th for Mike Gramolini, and the 28 for Roger Godin has made his way back up to 8th, meaning that if Dick Houlihan picks number 8 in victory lane here in a moment, that means that Roger Godin will start from the pole for the second 25-lapper later this evening. Right now, let's go down to victory lane and hear from our race winner, Dick Houlihan, with Rust Out.
All right, thank you very much, Kyle, and he gets congratulations from Chief Sergeant Bill Wong, and I'll tell you, we've got a happy camper sitting by the wheel of car number 1 here. He's just about ready to climb onto the car. The first feature-led winner of our Twin 25s tonight from Berkeley, Mass. It's Dick Houlihan. Dick, congratulations. I'll tell you, you really had your hands full, but a great, great run for you with the number 1 team tonight.
I got to thank the crew and Precision Racing Engines. I don't think if I had a Precision Racing engine, I don't know if I would have won that. I don't know what happened to Zydeman. I mean, I think he was really going good, and it would have been a good race if we could have raced him. Mad Dog, he gave me a good challenge, and it was a heck of a race.
Well, what happened to Jeff was he had a brake rotor come apart on him, but he'll be back for the second round, and you're right. The Mad Dog was there, and Jim McCallum was closing right in, so it turned out to be a terrific run for you and for the whole team, and from all of us. Congratulations on your victory.
I'd like to thank Jim McCallum, too. He's the one that set this car up. He built it, and you know, when you beat a guy that sets up his car, I mean, I don't know. He feels good about it. I feel bad sometimes.
Well, Dick, on behalf of Don and Dion, the trophy representing your win here tonight, and before we take any pictures, we do have a quick job for you. Are you aware of the job that you have to perform?
I have no idea.
Okay, our handicapper here, Julie, is going to have you draw one of those pills, okay? And whichever number you pull determines the restart of the next race. So the guys are either going to love you or they're going to hit you. Oh, that's compliments to Brad in Northeast. And the number he pulls is 6. So you will start 6th in the next race. Dick, congratulations once again. Dick Brooks in. And we'll step aside for the pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Dick Houlihan.
Mini stocks, strictly stocks, and the late model stocks all on hand with us next Thursday night, 6:45 start time for the heat races. Here we'll get the green flag this time for car number 13, Dave Clark. A couple guys to keep an eye out on. The 3 for Chris Gagnon, the 18 for Rod Rixam, and don't count out Cindy Larson out. She's always a great runner here in this division in the 08. Green flag flies from the starter stand, and immediately the 23 does not come up to speed for Pat Moreau. Loses near dozen positions heading into turns number 1 and 2, but it's Clark, the race leader, off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. A scramble for that top spot now as they go 3 wide for a moment. The 17 for Dave Hewart jumps up into the second position as the field comes off of turn number 4 to complete the first lap. And it is car number 60 for Brian Marcotte, who is the race leader by about 4 car lengths. Back down into turn number 2 with the 17 running in second for Dave Hewart as they make their way down the back straightaway here on this second circuit. 15 the race distance for the mini stocks. Off of turn number 2. 60 all by himself, the 47 trying to come up through the field. Right now boxed in, that is Ron Rixtham. He runs in 4th, he is behind the second place battle that goes way up the speedway. The 17 and the 1 come in contact. The 17 about scrapes the outside wall for Dave Hewart. That battle off of turn number 4 to complete the third lap. Hewart falls back a couple of spots. The number 1 has a good run going as the caution flag does not come out. So we head down the back straightaway. So it's the 60, the race leader for Brian Marcotte, all by himself, back down into turns number 1 and 2. Car number 1 having a good run. We talked about him a moment ago for Chuck Weimer, the 3rd from Danielson, Connecticut. And now the 3G for Chris Gagnon, all the way up to 3rd from a starting position of 12th. Been a heavy hitter here in this division the past couple of seasons. No change here. He's up to 3rd with the 18 to run in 4th for Ron Rixom. 47 for Ron Rixom to round out the top 5. So he head into turn number 3, the 17 for Dave Heward, who had a good run going early, has slipped outside of the top 5. Chris Kilgore, who had problems early, goes a lap down in car number 66. As the leaders speed by on the outside, over in turn number 4. 18 challenges Chris Gagnon for that 3rd position for Rod Rixom. Now Gagnon to the outside of Chuck Weimer the 3rd. Halfway this time, 7 laps complete of 15 for the mini stocks. And that second pack is beginning to close in on our race leader. The 23 continues to struggle for Pat Monroe out of Auburn, Massachusetts, as it looks like he's about to pull in behind pit wall. Also the 91 looking to go a lap down for Ray Fitzgerald. Down into turns number 1 and 2. But off of turn number 2, battle for 2nd really heats up. Chris Gagnon took a look to the inside of Weimer. The 18 took a look to the inside of Gagnon. That is Rod Rixom in the Interstate Batteries machine. Green and black entry with the bright orange numerals as the caution comes out. Definitely a caution that Brian Marcotte did not want to see. Car number 99 for Pete Rogers. Kane will stop on the back straightaway and produces the first caution of the Demolition Derby. 4th of July weekend. Always great fun to participate in a Demolition Derby. All the rules and entry blanks found at the main ticket office. Back down the line, the 80 gets a great jump, but here comes the 3 for Chris Gagnon, and now the 1 off the pace. Our 2nd place runner, car number 1 for Chris Weimer, is now at the tail end of the field. He was 2nd a moment ago. 3-car battle at the front of the field. It is the 3G taking the race lead for Chris Gagnon. The 18 is right there for Rod Rixom. They battled it out all last year. Looks like no change for the year 2000. Car number 60 for Brian Marcotte hangs in that 3rd position, but the top 2 now begin to pull away. Off of turn number 2, Marcotte now off the pace and in jeopardy of losing that 3rd position for Ron Rixom. Taking a look to the inside, side by side, down into turn number 3. 2 cars, though, to battle it out here, the final 4 circuits. Gagnon into 3. The 18 of Ron Rixom. Marcotte continues to run up in that 3rd position. Car number 60 out of Danielson, Connecticut. That car sponsor wanted. Having a great run here in the late stages of this one. Led most of the first half. Challenge for the race lead now. Down into turn number 1. The 18 takes a look to the inside for Rixom. Gagnon to the outside. Gagnon gets the better run off the corner and down the back straightaway. Rixom to run in that 2nd slot. Marcotte in 3rd with the 47 for Ron Rixom. In 4th, then the battle for 5th, the 08. Takes it away for Cindy Larson. And here comes the 80 once again to battle back on the outside for Roger Larson. Down to the final 2 circuits in this mini stock feature event. Chris Gagnon, the race leader with the 18. Hot on his heels for Rod Rixum off of turn number 4. Looking to put the 66 2 laps down for Chris Kilga. Rod Rixum has 2 more attempts here, heading down the back straightaway to try and get around Chris Gagnon in turn number 3. It is Gagnon, the leader, off the corner for the final time. Rixum will have to settle for a second this evening. This Gagnon takes down yet another victory here at the Thompson Speedway. Third comes across. It is the 60 of Marcotte. So Marcotte hanging in there to finish in the 3rd position. The 47 car for Ron Rixum comes home in 4th. And car number 80 to round out the front 5 for Roger Larson. Cindy Larson coming home just shy of the top 5 in the 6th position. But a great show put on by the top 2 competitors for 3G of Chris Gagnon and the 18 of Rod Rixum. Something I'm sure we'll see each and every week here at the Thompson Speedway in the mini stock division. Pro stocks and late models still the race here this evening. Don't forget, if you're on the midway, grabbing a bite to eat. Also check out the photo booth. Pick up a great shot of all your favorite race car drivers here at the Thompson Speedway throughout the Northeast and throughout the country, as they include drivers from the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, the NASCAR Busch Series, and other major league divisions. Let's go down to pit road and hear from our race winner with Russ Dow.
All right, thank you, sir. And he has once again found his way to victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who is the defending champion in the mini stock division, hailing from the thriving metropolis of Moosup, it is Chris Gagnon. Chris, congratulations once again. We just see these little checkered flags continue to be added to your car, and you've managed to come to victory lane one more time.
Well, I kind of held my breath for the last 3 laps there. Rod Rixum ran me real clean. We ran a real nice race. I got to give my hats off to him. He is one heck of a competitor. I also have to thank my family and Mike Smith's Transmission, Main Street Auto, Highway Motors. I know you want to get the show going along. Cardi Girardi of Insurance, Morissette Radiator, Napa, Putnam, and Webster, Dudley, I mean. And wow, this is something. We had a roller coaster of a week this week, but my brother, both of them, my father, my wife, and everybody else, they put a great time and effort into this team, and this is nothing but fun.
I'll tell you, you certainly make it look like a lot of fun, and you're a great representative of the division. And again, congratulations. On behalf of John Hellig, we'd like to present to you the trophy representing your win here tonight, Chris. And we'll step aside and let Bill Long step in for some pictures, and once again extend our congratulations to Chris Gagnon, winner of the 2nd feature event for the 2000 season here at the Thompson International Speedway. Pro Stock number 2, the 2nd of our Twin 25s. Up next, let's go back upstairs to Kyle Rickey.
Racing reality here tonight. Also the photo booth going in circles, and great food items from RSN Speedway concessions. All of that available here at the Thompson International Speedway. On behalf of Donald and D.R. Honig, our thanks to each and every one of you for coming out and joining us tonight, and hope that you will plan to make each and every Thursday a Thunder Thursday with Thompson Thursday Night Thunder right here at the Thompson International Speedway. All right, Tony Leckie is down on the racetrack, and it looked like we were about set to go, but suddenly we find that we have to make a couple of adjustments in the lineup. So he spreads the field apart, and everybody drops in now. Here's where the change comes. There we go. Looks like we're all set. Kyla's sitting here reading the flyer from Racing Reality. What do you think?
It's looking pretty good.
What do you think? You want to ever have the desire to really strap yourself in?
There's a couple different packages, of course, you can look into, and I'm looking at a few right here. the first feature event. Started way out back.
Keep an eye on Jeff Zeideman as well, that green and white number 79. The Diamond Chevrolet pace car is on pit road. Here they come. Norm Red drops the hammer, leads them off of 4, a bit disheveled, but nonetheless the green flag is out and we are underway. Red leads them into turn number 1. Rusty Bryant is right there in the second spot. The Mad Dog and Jim McCallum round out the top 4.
Steve Ribby back to the 5th. 1 car, 2 cars, 3 now off of turn number 2. Big trouble here on the very first lap of this one. Started about that 5th or 6th position and collected nearly half of the field off of turn number 2.
We've got a bunch of cars over the back there, and we also have Derek Pertisiglio, who is headed in that direction, and we'll check in with Derek as soon as he can give us, if nothing else, at least the numbers of the cars that are involved.
The 05 looking to pull away. 88 for Angelo D'Amelia. One of those cars stopped against the outside wall.
Keep in mind the Fox Sports Network, Friday night, 7:30 and, 11:30 Saturday mornings on the Fox Sports Network. You will be able to see highlights from tonight's racing activity on Fox Sports Network. All right, green flag is out. Once again, we are underway. We're going to try this one, take it from the top with 25 laps to go.
Back down into turns number 1 and 2. It's Norman Wren, the race leader, with Steve Ribby to round in the second position. Second and third, or third and fourth rather, one side by side for Rusty Bryant and Jim McCallum. George Bissett to round out the front 5 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And here comes the 28 for Roger Godin.
Boy, Godin went in very deep into turn number 3, tried to make a move to get underneath the 1 of Houlihan, and he has managed to just about do that. Now look at Godin underneath the 39 of the Mad Dog. Off the turn, Wren has his hands full, and as Ribby and McCallum shadow that car number 1, look at Jimmy McCallum. McCallum goes right to the top of the racetrack, runs almost up to the white line, looking to make a move to take the lead, but he couldn't make it work. Here comes Ribby down on the inside, and now Steve Ribby puts the 85 out in front. Rusty Bryant slides by Wren. Here comes the 28 of Godin.
Godin battles for that third position. Norman Wren to the outside. Boom! Trouble down in turn number 3. A whole bunch of cars stack up down into the corners, including a lot of the heavy hitters, including Bissett. Looks like the 79 for Zeideman. And the race winner earlier this evening, car number 1 for Dick Houlihan, appears to be involved up against the outside wall.
Phil Rondo is involved in that. Zeideman is involved in that. There are some other cars that we can't quite see from this vantage point. Looks like the Burning Chrono Machine coming down off of the racetrack. Also, the number 4 car for Bobby Clark. He is still involved, so it's far from over yet. The Diamond Chevrolet pace car will once again head down pit road, and we are going to look for a restart. There it is. Green flag is out. We are underway off of turn number 4. Back down to the line they come, and a little swapping of paint right on the front straightaway. Rusty Bryant and Ribby going at it.
And here goes Bissett around right in front of a couple of cars, including the 99, who just couldn't avoid it for Dave Batondo. Also the one involved again for Dick Houlihan.
Leon Lombardi in the 12, and the Mad Dog, George Bissett.
But we're about to go back to green with this one. Final 23 circuits. Steve Ribby leads the field off of turn number 4.
Here they come, back down to the stripe. Green flag is out, and it is Rusty Bryant that gets the jump. They head for turn 1. Who will it be as they exit turn number 2? Bryant gets way out of shape, and when he does, the field passes on by, and the leader as they head down the backstretch is Roger Godin. The defending Pro Stock champion has the advantage, but Steve Ribby is not about to give up 1 square inch of real estate here at Thompson. Godin has the advantage. Ribby is second. Bryant is third. McCallum is fourth.
Godin leads the field back down into turn number 2. Ribby right there in the second spot. Now about 2 car lengths back with Bryant in third. McCallum hanging in on the 4th spot. Caution flag waves.
We got a problem over here in turn number 4. So the caution flag is out once again as see if we're really holding onto the steering wheel of the race car, and suddenly where you don't have a lot of room to the left or to the right, especially to the left side, if that wheel should suddenly jerk and bring that arm down. Boy, it's going right into the roll cage. Green flag is back out. Roger Goten steps to the head of the class, and it looks like we've got a great battle for third. McCallum emerges into that number 3 spot as he grabs it from Ribby. Norm Wren is there. They're headed down the back stretch, pretty much single file. Here comes the Mad Dog to the outside of car number 1 and Dick Houlihan.
Yeah, Houlihan coming back up through the field, and car number 1 to set right there as well. There within the top 10. Norman Wren in the mix as well, along with car number 43, that other car in the battle for about the 7th spot for Ken Kohler.
Off the turn, and you can see McCallum is really applying the pressure. He leads on the rear end of that number 48 car for Rusty Bryant, the Rolly Lindblad machine. Off the corner they come. Bryant maintains the advantage as Roger Goten pulls on to a pretty impressive lead. Goten's car has been beaten up almost as badly as Dick Houlihan's here tonight, and yet Goten is right out in front. Who would have thought when he was exiting turn number 4 in his qualifying heat that they caught on fire that he'd be leading the second of our twin 25s.
He worked about halfway up through the field in the first heat, or the first feature event rather, and now he's leading here in the second feature event by about 3 car lengths over Rusty Bryant, running in second. Then it's the 2 car, stayed out of trouble most of the night for Jim McCallum, who runs in third.
Got to give a tip of the hat to Kingston Mass driver Steve Ribby. He has had a very impressive run all night long in both events. Has managed to stay out of trouble and currently sits in the 4th position. So a great run for that driver here tonight. Off the turn they come, a wounded car number 28, but I'll tell you, it doesn't seem to have much effect on it as Roger Goten sets the pace. Roger victorious several times last year. As a result, claimed the track championship in the Pro Stock division and looks to defend it here tonight. Off the turn and back down to the start-finish line. It is car number 28, Roger Goten, followed by Rusty Bryant, the 2 of Jim McCallum, and then it is Steve Ribby running next. And McCallum, boy, you can see a lot of that unburned fuel building up in the headers, and that's what that flame is that lights up when you see him about halfway between the turns.
We've seen that all night long from the 2 of McCallum as he makes his way off of turn 4 down the front straightaway in that 3rd position with Ribby in 4th. Then it's a big gap back to the 5th place car for Norman Wren, being challenged by George Bissett, trying to make his way back up into the top 5 after all the incidents he's been through here in the first 10 laps of this one.
They're working their way up, but I'll tell you, Norm Wren is really giving Bissett a hard time. And it looks like Dick Houlihan, as wounded as his car is still doing very well, but does not appear to have a whole lot of coffee left in that machine. And we can understand both the number 39 and the number 1 after all that they have been through. Halfway this time by, we have 12 down, and we have reached the halfway point.
It's 4-car breakaway in front of the field, being led by the defending champion in this division, car number 28, Roger Goten. Had a tough time earlier this evening, finishing in the 8th position after making his way up through the field after starting in 30th. Leads by a good 4 car lengths now over Rusty Bryant, the 2 car for Jim McCallum. Currently stands in 3rd. Steve Ribby to round out the top 4. Now a swap a second, maybe down the back straightaway, but Bryant had the better run on the outside.
Meanwhile, the laps continue to tick away. We're going to put 14 on the scoreboard this time by, and a tough night for Jeff Seidema. Car number 79 as Jeff's car sits on pit road. Looked to be, at the very least, a top 5 finisher here tonight, potential winner. But yet, once again, Lady Luck bails out on the driver of the number 79, Jeff Seidema out of North Brookfield, Massachusetts.
Back off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 15. We're in the final 10 for the Pro Stocks here this evening. It's been a rough night. Off of turn number 2, Roger Goten showing those battle scars from earlier this evening. Leads by 2 or 3 car lengths over Rusty Bryant, who is now challenged by the 2 for that 2nd spot. That is Jim McCallum. Steve Ribby right there in 4th in car number 85.
Last year, Rusty made the move to the large speedway here at Thompson and is having the run of his career at this speedway tonight with the Rolly Lindblad number 48 race probably by as much as 8 to 10 car lengths now. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway they go. This time by, we will be at 19, only 6 laps remaining in the second of our twin 25s for the Pro Stocks.
Roger Godin back down the line, complete the 19th circuit, with Bryant continuing to hold on to that second spot. McCallum continues to run in third. Ribby in fourth. Just waiting.
A couple of lap cars drop down low on the racetrack. Bernie Brother and the 42 of Macomber, they get out of harm's way. The Mad Dog dropping off the pace just a little bit. And when he does, that puts the number 1 car and the number 43 car, that is Houlihan and Kohler, up ahead of him. All right, into the final 5 we are, and here comes your leader, car number 28, Roger Godin, off of turn number 4, back across the line. The final 4 for the driver out of Spencer, Massachusetts, defending champ in the Pro Stock division, leads this one off of turn 2 and down that back straightaway.
Final circuits in this one, into turn number 3. It'll be 3 laps to go this time by. Bryant has pulled away a couple of car lengths, and as I say that, here comes Jim McCallum to challenge once again. Bryant, this is the most comfortable he's been in most of this event. He hopes to continue to pull away from car number 2 at Jim McCallum down the back straightaway this time by. You'll see a 2 to go signal for car number 28. Roger Godin leads the field off of turn number 4. A lot of wear and tear on the machine. Through 2 feature events this evening is the race leader. The battle for second once again heats up. Rusty Bryant in the 48 machine, the 2 of McCallum, and Steve Ribby in the 85. Back off the corner, 1 lap to go, 2 laps to go for some of the back markers. Roger Godin does get the white flag as they head back in to turn number 2 for the final time. Rusty Bryant, the way our car spun and pointing in the wrong direction over in turns number 1 and 2 when the caution does wave.
Modified Mania here at the Thompson Speedway. So tell all your friends, pack them up in the car, bring them on for a late night of racing here next Thursday night.
Snug All-Star Modifieds, Pro Force, Mini Stocks, Late Models, and Strictly Stocks to be featured next week. 2 laps to go here in this one. Down into turns number 1 and 2, Roger Godin, the race leader. Rusty Bryant to run in second. McCallum in third. White flag this time. Houlihan back up to 4th off the corner. The battle is for second. White flag for car number 28. Spencer, Massachusetts, Roger Godin leads the field off of turn 2 for the final time. Rusty Bryant runs in second. McCallum in third. Houlihan in 4th. Norman Wren to round out the front 5. Off the corner, Bryant gives 1 more attempt. May lose the second spot to McCallum and does so. So a wild scramble at the end of this one. Has the 28 for Roger Godin. Taking down the race win with the number 2 for Jim McCallum. Finally getting that second spot away in the last corner, away from Rusty Bryant in car number 48. Unofficially, car number 1 for Dick Houlihan. Came home 4th. And the 1M for Norman Wren. Unofficially, the top 5. But it is official at the 28. Battle scars and all from earlier in the evening takes down the race win for Roger Godin and is well on his way to defending the Pro Stock Weekly Racing Series Track Championship. And now he's going to head to victory lane. Talk with Russ Dowd, who will greet him down trackside.
All right, thank you very much. And we are indeed here in Thompson Speedway Victory Lane with our defending Pro Stock champion, the driver out of Spencer, Massachusetts. The crew is here to extend their congratulations. And we want to try to car and extend congratulations to him. Bill Long extending a handshake, and Roger's just about to take his helmet off. It's been a long, long night for our defending champ, and yet he ends his night here in Victory Lane. He's about to climb out of the race car. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Roger Godin. Roger, congratulations. It's been a long night.
You wouldn't believe it was a long night. We pulled in after that first one and we switched every tire there was back and forth and just guessed at it and added it, took air out, no idea.
Who would have thought that when the car caught fire in your qualifying heat that you were going to end up in Victory Lane tonight, but it just goes to show that determination can put the car right here in Victory Lane. And you guys, you and your entire crew sure showed that you had the determination tonight.
I thought we were just going to cook hot dogs when the thing lit on fire. And I said, we'll have a good night, we'll have a picnic outside, that's all.
Roger, I'm sure there are a lot of folks you want to thank.
I want to thank them all. These guys, I can't believe they got that thing going again. I just thank all my guys, I thank my sponsors, I thank Nats Racing Motors, I thank Stafford Auto Body. I just love these guys, they're the best.
Roger, over to the Speedway, Don Honig coming in to extend congratulations. Don will present you with the winner's trophy, and from all of us, congratulations on your win here tonight, the second leg of the Twin 25s. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back upstairs. The starting lineup for tonight's 25-lap feature event for the late model stock cars with Kyle and Derek.
Also wanted automobile of Mark Terzian.
That is the car number 81 for R.J. Marcotte out of Millville, Massachusetts. That car looking for sponsorship.
Inside the last row on the field, driving the number 53 out of Millis, Massachusetts, the Franklin Sign automobile for Les Johnson.
26 starter, and bring up the tail end, car number Circle J out of Rentham, Massachusetts. Beast Tire, T&D Auto, and Colonial Auto Parts, the sponsors for Bud Cook. So that is your starting lineup for this one, the 25-lap late model feature event. They opened their season 2 weeks ago with John Falcone taking down the race win over Charles Bailey, Rick Jettis, Lonnie Mecdo, and Rick LaFleche. That is the way the points shape up, of course, after one event.
So we're getting ready to go green, ladies and gentlemen. The next time by, starter Tony Leckie is up in the flag stand along with Bill Long, giving the field the signal that when they hit the stripe, the green flag is going to be flying. The Diamond Chevrolet pace car leads Jerry Kanopka and Dave Blaine around to the stripe.
Installation Works and TLB Auto Machine. Jerry Kanopka in the one, driving the Willimantic camera and video entry. Off of turn number 4. Looking for the green flag in the starter stand. Tony Leckie waves it, and we are underway as drag racing down into turns number 1 and 2. At the front of the field, it is Kanopka to the inside, Blaine to the outside off of turn 2.
Blaine using the high banks to carry his momentum off the second corner. He pulls out into the lead. Kanopka files into second. Moving into the third spot, that is the number 88 of Scott Running. And they file into line there, the top 3. But here comes George Greco, the number 21.
Back down into turns number 1 and 2. Blaine, the race leader, by 2 car lengths. A lot of traffic from 5th on back. Off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Involved in it, the 15 and the 37 of Zeidema, the 15, making a lot of bold moves up through the field for Bronzik.
Bronzik now on the bottom, using a good line. He gets past 2 cars in one corner. He's on the bottom of the number 67. That automobile being driven by. They go through the corners. Bronzik also gets past him. He moves up. He sits just outside the top 5 right now. He sees a battle happening in front of him, but he has his sights set on Jerry Young Jr.
Jettis also involved in car number 78. He works now outside of the top 10, just outside of the top 10. One driver moving up, car number 75, Leo Adams. He leads the second group back down into turns number 1 and 2. Jerry Young in car number 33 also in the mix, and here comes Bronzik in the 15 car.
With all of that going on, keep an eye on the number 21, ladies and gentlemen. That's George Greco. He gets past the number 88 of Scott Running to take over the 3rd position. But at the front of the field, your leader continues to be Dave Blaine, followed by Jerry Kanopka.
Back off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. A 2-car breakaway at the front of the field between the front row starters. David Blaine Started from the outside pole is the race leader with Konopka just about 2 car lengths back in second.
Keep an eye on the number 15, Scott Bronzick. He's making a very big charge from the middle of the pack. He started in the 9th position. Now he moves up. He gets past the number 73. But there's Jeff Seidema also getting past some automobiles, some traffic. Everyone's stacking up in the back straightaway. Seidema takes advantage of it as they go down to turn number 3.
Yeah, one car got really out of shape. It looked to be car number 73 for John Maturas. To get the car straightened down and maintain his position about mid-pack, just in front of car number 99 for Jeff Plakius. But off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway, battle now for the 6th spot. Jerry Young gets the spot away from Scott Fanning in car number 88. Single file off the corner, but David Blaine continues to lead as we approach 8 laps in this one as the field heads back to turn number 2.
Some of the heavy hitters still headed towards the front on this one. Rick Gentis just made a fabulous move going down the backstretch. He made it 3 wide, went right through the middle. John Falcone, who won a week or so ago, he is also headed towards the front. The 99 of Plakius. All of these cars working their way towards the front, but they've got a long, long way to go. 8 of 25 posted on the scoreboard, and it is the 51 out in front, setting a torrid pace here tonight. It looks like the black flag has just been displayed to the number 98 car.
There's a good battle right there shaping up between George Greco and the number 75 of Adams. With each and every lap that goes by, Adams is looking to the bottom of the number 21 of Greco. They come off the corner. Greco leads them, but every time they get into the corner, Adams seems to have the advantage, but Greco's got the power coming off.
Young in the mix as well in car number 33 as they really stack up nose to tail for that 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. Now Adams takes a look to the inside of Greco for 3rd. Off of turn number 4, back down to the stripe to complete lap number 10.
Greco slides it just a little bit, but he holds him now, launching over the 75 of Adams, and there is Young. Young also taking the high line. Now he goes to the bottom. He wants to try to follow Adams through, but Greco in that unpreferred high line around the track. It is the further distance to travel, and as you see right there, Adams gets the spot.
He got the better run off the corner.
He grabs the spot, and Jerry Young tries to follow suit with that number 33. He now slides right in, and Adams, Young, and Greco now running pretty much single file as they work their way off of 2, but the yellow flag is out.
70 got out of shape for Walt Sutcliffe and took the 78 with him for Rick Gentis, and Gentis got airborne for a moment here on the front straightaway, climbed over the front of the Sutcliffe car. Both cars escape.
On Thursday nights here at the Thompson International Speedway.
It really is a big and exciting race, and we're going to get set to go back to green. The Diamond Chevrolet pace car pulls in the field, picks up the pace rather a little bit early, and the number 51 of Dan Blaine has the advantage as they come off the 4th corner.
Blaine leads the field back down into turns number 1 and 2. Side by side for second for a moment, but here comes Adams like a missile, takes the spot away from Konopka, who will have to settle into the 3rd spot. Young in 4th. Down the back straightaway, Scott Fanning to round out the top 5, but is challenged by Greco off of turn 4. Fanning now gets turned.
Trouble now in turn number 4. Cars starting to stack up. John Falcone coming up the worst of the rear, and that so does Charles Bailey. They all lose some valuable momentum, which allows the top 4 drivers to start to break away. The number 75 of Adams sits in the 2nd spot. He's about 5 car lengths back from your leader, Dave Blaine, as everyone is running nose to tail.
A great save for Fanning a moment ago. Obviously a lot of damage to that machine. He'll have to pull it onto pit road. Leaders complete lap number 13 as Dave Blaine hits turn 1.
Looks like the most serious damage, other than a little cosmetic damage, is a flat left front tire on the 88 car. Meanwhile, 13 laps posted up on the scoreboard. It is still Dave Blaine out in front. Blaine has not visited victory lane in a long time here at Thompson, and would love to do it. We've got to spin that as the Greco machine going around in turn number 4. We'll see if he can really fire it. He remained on the green, and Greco now will go down 1 lap to the leaders as a tough break for George Greco Jr., the driver of car number 21. Yellow flag is out.
The yellow flag flies on the field. We're slowing everyone down, and I really don't think that George Greco is none too happy with the actions of Jeff Seidema. Seidema and Greco just made a little bit of contact as they went down into the 3rd corner, and then Greco, as you can call it, did the slide for life, I guess you can say, and fortunately he's going to turn that car around. No substantial damage on that. But, however, Kyle, one driver that we've missed that we haven't been talking about is the number 48 of Lonnie Mecto. He started.
Looks like we're set to go as the field begins to give the pace car just a little bit of breathing room. Here we go, pace car is in, here comes the field, green flag is out. It is Blaine once again marching to the front, and Adams slides in for second. Here comes Young right up alongside the Kanopka machine.
Young and Kanopka going back and forth, but there goes Lonnie Mecto. Just like we said, he's picking up another position, and following him just along the outside is the number 37 of Jeff Sidemer.
Mecto up to fourth now. Sidemer and Kanopka run side by side for fifth and sixth, but not for long, as give the spot to Jeff Sidemer off of turn number 4, back down to the stripe. Although Kanopka continues to battle back to the inside. It's pretty much a done deal now for the car number 37. It's 33. It looked like a tire has just gone down on Jerry Young. He slips up high out of the groove as the entire field streams by to the inside.
Tough break for the driver out of Canterbury. As you can see, that left rear tire has completely gone down on the number 33 car, and it looks like Jerry is going to bring it to a stop up in turn number 3 and force the caution. And this is something that the officials do not like to see.
Yes, very true, Russ. The officials saying that all the drivers playing the game of possum, of course, as you know, they draw the yellows just so they don't go a lap down. Jerry Young, of course, though, as you saw, was stuck up at the top of the track when the yellow flag flew. He does have a flat on that automobile. The yellow flag flies. We're going to see what the officials have to say about that. Speedway, we're really looking forward to next Thursday night's action.
You better believe it. All right, looks like the Diamond Chevrolet pace car will head for the cover once again. Tony Leckie looks him over, lets him go, and as they exit turn number 4, once again, Blaine marches to the front. Adams is right there knocking on the door with the number 75 machine. Down to the inside, Lonnie Mecto, and up on the high side it is Jeff Sidemer. This thing is far from over.
Well, Jeff Sidemer wants to redeem himself from the Pro Stock race. He did tell his car owner that was down in the pit area he had a winning car in both races. Now he wants to redeem himself because right now he's right on the outside of Lonnie Mecto fighting for the 3rd spot.
Any one of those top 4 cars has a chance. One car gets into the outside wall here on the front straightaway, does a complete 360. Looks like he kept going in the forward direction.
Charles Bailey stuck at the top of turn number 1. Unfortunately, once again, the yellow flag flies.
Can Dave Blaine do it once again on the restarts? Tony Leckie looks him over, lines him up, lets him go. Off the turn they come. Down to the bottom of the racetrack is Blaine, right up against the wall is the 75 of Adams. They are door handle to door handle.
Side by side go Adams and Blaine as they slide up in turn 1 and 2. There goes Jeff Sidemer moving to the bottom of Adams. He's trying to sneak underneath the number 75. We're going to see what happens. They go down into turn number 3. Blaine continues to lead it. Sidemer and Adams are side by side as they work off the 4th corner.
It's been a few years since I've seen Dave Blaine this strong in a race car here at Speedway. He has been a strictly stock champion in the past, about 10 years now. Now he's back here in a late model. He has experienced a bit with the Pro Stock division. Right now, leads the field down in turns number 3 and 4.
And with all that going on, Lonnie Mecto is starting to put the pressure to Bruce Adams. Adams and Mecto are now side by side. We saw Sidemer and Adams just a few laps ago. Mecto working the bottom very well as he makes his way off the 2nd corner, and Sidemer loses some valuable ground right there. Mecto, keeping his momentum up, moves to the bottom of Sidemer as they go down to turn number 3. This could be a change for the runner-up spot.
Adams gets a little bit loose, gets tagged by the 99 of Balpokius. Is able to hold on, but look at that battle for the 2nd spot. Down to the inside, Mecto up on the high side, it's Sidemer. And once again, Adams gets tagged, he gets loose. Here comes the 01 of Falcone. Falcone now up into position number 4.
Good run for Falcone. Kyle, where did he come from?
He's up there, now into the 4th position. We talked about him a few moments ago. Trouble here on the front straightaway as the 75 cars all over the place, and the 15 gets the worst of it for Scott Bronzik as Adams continues to fall to the rear of the field.
Unfortunately for him, he loses valuable ground. Another car, once again, he's going to park it up in the top of turn number 1, and we're going to see more than likely the yellow flag's going to fly. The yellow flag comes out from Tony Leckie. We're going to slow the field down.
Not what Dave Blaine was looking for. He had a relatively comfortable lead here with 4 laps remaining. But 15 for Scott Bronzik, some apparent problems he got together with the 75. Went for a great one with Dave Blaine at the front of the field. Sidemer to his outside. Mecto and Falcone in that 2nd row off of turn number 4. 4 laps to run.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on your seat, you're probably on the edge because Lonnie Mecto has making a charge to the front. He gets underneath Zeidema as they go down into turn number 1. Zeidema hanging tough on the high side of the track. It doesn't look like that trick to cool the tires off worked. However, he is feeling the pressure of the number 48.
Side by side, down in turn number 3. Mekto to the inside, Zeidema to the outside. It's all in the rearview mirror of Dave Blaine, though, as he works off of turn number 4 with 3 laps remaining, make it down into turns number 1 and 2. Blaine has about 2 car lengths on this battle for second as they run side by side, costing them time on the race leader.
Mekto and Zeidema know the more that they fight with each other for the runner-up spot, the easier it's going to be for Dave Blaine to start to get away. Blaine is starting to lengthen his lead the more and more that the laps click away, but Mekto now is on the bottom. They go down into turn number 1. Zeidema comes right back at him on the top, and they're both losing momentum because here comes the 0-1 of John Falcone.
Falcone gets in the mix as well, battle for third in turn number 3 as Mekto gets the second spot. White flag this time as Zeidema gets up out of the groove and a car into the back straightaway wall. Looks to be car number 74.
Joe Arena backwards underneath the Winston Racing Series sign, as is the number 73 automobile. That car also turned around backwards. That's John Terrace. And with only a handful of laps to go, it's
for David Blaine, Lonnie Mekto, the 0-1 of John Falcone, and the 99 for Plakius.
Here they come. The green flag flies once again, and the competitors are on it. Mekto on the high side, Blaine on the bottom, and they drag race into turn number 1.
Blaine to the inside, into the corner. Mekto to the outside. Plakius goes around in front of half the field, into the corner. Everybody miss him.
Makes it by, and Plakius sits, and he turns the car around. The white flag comes out with one more lap to go, and here comes Mekto on the bottom. Mekto underneath him as the yellow flag comes out, and right now, that frustration is turning into relief because Blaine is probably taking a very, very deep breath. Very quiet. Sneaks up. It's kind of like a Darrell Waltrip. He starts to pick away at his spots, and before you know it, you say, hey, where did he come from? Except later.
There we go. 2 laps. We'll try it again. Dave Blaine leads the field. Back down into turns 1 and 2. Lonnie Mekto runs in second, takes a look to the inside. Here comes Falcone and the 1 of Kanapka. 4-car breakaway, heading for 3.
Blaine trying to protect that bottom line as he goes down in the corner. Mekto working very, very well on the bottom side of the track. The white flag flies with 1 more lap to go, and Jerry Kanapka looking to the inside of John Falcone.
Remember last time we were at this point, Mekto was all the way up alongside. With a half a lap to go, Blaine clearly has the advantage by a car length. This could be Dave Blaine's night here as they hit turn 3.
All he has to do is associate 2 corners very, very well, which he's doing right there. Mekto looks to the bottom as they come off the 4th corner. The 51 of Dave Blaine's going to take down the win, followed by the number 48 of Lonnie Mekto. Then it's the 0-1 of John Falcone, followed by the number 1 of Jerry Kanapka. And rounding out your top 5 is the number 75 of Leo Adams. From 6th on back, it's the number 33 of Jerry Young. Then it's George Greco, a good drive for that automobile. And I cannot see who makes out the number 37. That automobile, thank you very much, Kyle. Number 37 of Jeff Zeidema.
For the driver of car number 51, heads toward victory lane, and we're going to go downstairs and hear from him with Russ Dowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while, but welcome, Dave. Welcome back to Victory Lane.
Oh, this been years, boy, I tell you. I love these guys. Thanks, Jeff, Julie, Industrial Insulation Works, Shane Stevemowski, Terry Brick, thank you, TLB. That's the way to go. This is awesome.
I'll tell you, you guys put on just one tremendous race tonight. The entire lead pack just glued, and on that last when that last caution came out, that must have been a pretty good feeling for you because Lonnie was right alongside it.
I was worried about a few guys, but when Lonnie got on the side of me, I was kind of a little shooken up. I'm asking my guys on the radio, I says, Lonnie's faster, all right, this is 2 race. I want to thank Don Honig, by the way, for giving us a nice track. Thank you.
Well, with that thought in mind, why don't we invite Donald in so that he can give you the trophy and extend our congratulations to just a terrific run here tonight. Dave, congratulations once again, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Blaine, a great run here tonight. Winner of our late model feature event.